Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So today is a highly requested video and I'm finally filming it for you guys. So I'm going to be sharing my favorite go-to self-tanners. Now I took some after photos for you guys so you get to see what each one looks like on my legs and of course what it looks like on my fair skin. If you've been with me for a while, you know that my skin is pretty fair when I don't have any self-tanner on. So I'm very picky when it comes to self-tanners, especially when I'm so fair, because some can look really orange, they can look really streaky, and it just doesn't look natural. So in my opinion, finding a self-tanner that suits your skin tone, something that looks good on your skin tone, is really important. And as you know, there are different undertones with self-tanners. Some of them can pull a little bit orange, some of them can pull more red. So it's important to find one that looks great on your skin tone and something that you like, of course, right? So let's get right into it. I do have a couple here. I don't have a ton because when I have my favorites, I just stick with my favorites. I do like to venture out once in a while, but it's very rare. So don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell, and also don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up as well. The first product is by Isle of Paradise, and this is the self-tanning drops. There are 3 shades to pick from. There's light, medium, and dark, which is the one that I have here. I like the dark the most because I get to apply less drops and still achieve that amazing golden tan. And the great thing with drops is that you can customize it however you like. You can apply as many drops as you want depending on your desired look. And you mix this with a moisturizer, which makes life so much easier because this is going to help spread the product evenly across the skin. And when I work in sections, I like to apply the same amount per section. So when I'm working on my legs, I will do 4 to 6 drops for each leg, and the same thing for the upper half. That way when my tan is all developed, I have that nice even tan everywhere. Now this here does have fragrance. Majority of all self-tanners have fragrance, and I don't mind that because a lot of self-tanners can have that funky smell. So this really helps to give you that nice smell to your skin. And then of course, after a few hours have gone by and as that tan is starting to develop, that's when you do get that self-tanner smell, and you do with this one. So I do like to apply all of my self-tanners before bed because I don't want to be walking around in public and I don't want to be smelling that all day if I were to apply this first thing in the morning. Plus you sweat during the day and sometimes we are wearing tighter clothing that can wear off the tan. So I like to apply my self-tanner at night, of course go to bed, and when I wake up, my tan is all developed. I can wash my sheets, have a shower, and I'm good to go. This is also very long wearing as well. I feel like I can get a good week with this product before it starts to fade. Now when this does fade, I feel like this fades evenly, which is another reason why I like this. So it's not patchy from my experience, and as long as you are prepping your skin beforehand by exfoliating your body, not putting any moisturizer on your body, just putting moisturizer on those areas that tend to be dry like your hands, your elbows, your knees, then you should be good to go. If you're someone that goes to the gym a lot and you're sweating a lot, of course this may not last as long because of course with sweating and swimming and doing a lot of activities, this is going to not last. So I feel like in the summer this lasts for about a week, and that's pretty good because by then I'm ready to remove it and start all over. So this is good for the face as well as the body. I will tell you that I don't use this on my face because this does make my face break out, but when I use this on my neck down, I don't experience any issues with breakouts, nothing. This also has avocado and coconut oil as well as chia seed. Now the reason why I might be experiencing breakouts is because of that coconut oil. I'm not sure. So if you're someone that has sensitive skin, I would not apply this to your face. Just stick with your body and then just have a darker foundation or maybe a sunscreen that's tinted that works well, that matches nicely to your neck. The next product is the one that I just started using not too long ago, so this is new to me, and this is by Isle of Paradise as well, and this is the self-tanning butter. So I really wanted to try this because this is going to be a product that you just apply to your skin and you don't have to mix it with anything. So this is already that moisturizer that will still hydrate the skin at the same time, but that tanner is built in, and I think this is lovely. I really do. So if you're not into the self-tanning drops and mixing it in with your moisturizer, then I think you will really like this. This is quicker to use, less time of course, and this is the only color that you can purchase. So if I had to compare this with anything, this is going to compare to the Isle of Paradise medium self-tanning drops. This is basically the same color from my experience with it. The more cream you apply to your legs, the darker you will be. But again, you want to try and make sure that you get that even application. So you're going to apply this with your hands, no differently than a body moisturizer. Make sure you wash your hands really well at the very end, and then do your hands last. I always do my hands last with any self-tanner that I'm using because of course with the hands there's a lot of room for error. I have experienced a lot of situations where my hands were darker than my arm. It looked very unnatural. So I recommend to apply this everywhere, wash your hands really well, then apply this to the tops of your hands at the very end. This also has a fragrance. This smells exactly like the self-tanning drops. And then of course in a few hours time, this does develop into that self-tanning smell. There is a little bit of a shimmer to this as well. I didn't realize that when I purchased it. I do see this glitter. It's nothing crazy, it's just a subtle shimmer to the skin, so if you're into that, then you're going to like this, but it's nothing dramatic. Honestly, it washes out of your clothes. The next day you don't have it after you have that shower, but that initial application, you will have that. I would say that this lasts just as long as the self-tanning drops. This does fade pretty evenly, but there is more room for error with this one in terms of streaking. So again, you have to make sure that you are really applying this evenly and you're really working it into your skin. There were times where I have used this and maybe I didn't rub my skin long enough in a certain area, and the next day when I woke up, I noticed that I had some streaks. Some areas were darker than others. So just be careful when you apply this, but this really is user-friendly and it's quick and easy to use. And I was using this once a week, so after that 1 week went by, I would remove my tan and start all over. I would not apply this to the face. I personally wouldn't recommend it. This has peppermint oil in it. It also has coconut oil. A lot of people are sensitive to these ingredients, so it's best just to apply it to your jawline down and then find something else to tan your face with, or again, just use a darker foundation or a tinted sunscreen. But I think this is great and another option for those that are looking for that quick and easy application. The next tanner is absolutely amazing. This is by far my favorite. I've been using this for about 2 years on and off, and I actually reviewed this a couple of years ago on my YouTube channel. So this is by Bali, and this is the self-tanning mousse. This is in the dark formula, but I recently just picked up the ultra dark. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm really excited to try that one. But this is the one that I've been using on and off for the last 2 years, and this never disappoints. You are going to get a streak-free, even application with this every single time because you're going to want to use it with a mitt. Now, anytime you're using a mousse self-tanner, you want to use a mitt because, of course, it's just way easier to apply to the skin. You could use your hands, but honestly, I'm not sure how well that would work out. I've never tried it, and honestly, I wouldn't want to try it because using a mitt, you're not going to get those stained hands, right? The mitt just protects the hands, and the hands are the first place that gives away that you have self-tanned, especially if you messed up like I have in the past. So lesson learned, stick with the mitt. Now this one here allows you to get that even application because this has a built-in guide. So you get to see exactly where you're applying the tan when you're applying it to your entire body. So your body will be instantly tan right away. And this makes life easier because there's some hard to reach areas when we're tanning. In between our fingers, in between our toes, sometimes we can't really tan our backs really well, especially if we're doing it ourselves. So when you have a guide that's built in. You get to see exactly where you missed and where you need to touch up before you call it a night. Now this has a nice fragrance to it, but you will get that self-tanning smell eventually. And this is also very long wearing. This lasts longer than the Isle of Paradise. I can get a good week and a half with this in the summer, and in the winter I can get almost 2 weeks with this. This fades very evenly as well, and I also think that you get more of that vacation look with this, especially if that's what you're trying to go for. If you want something that's very subtle, I wouldn't recommend this because of course you will be pretty dark. This is what I have on my body right now, and this has been on my skin now for the last 3 days. So I tanned 3 days ago with this, and this is what my skin is looking like. So when you wake up and you have your first shower, you're going to be the darkest, and it just slightly fades every day after that. And I feel like this is the perfect color right now. It looks pretty natural. It looks like I've been outside all summer long. I don't tan my face with this either. I don't want to chance it, but you probably could, especially if you don't have sensitive skin. But I do have a self tanner for the face. I will be showing you that coming up next. But this is wonderful, and I cannot recommend this enough. Any Mousse self tanner is nice, but this is honestly one of the best self-tanning mousses I have ever used. And the last self tanner is designed for the face, and this never disappoints because this always gives me that even application, but most importantly, it doesn't break me out. And Sean uses this as well. He actually uses it more than I do, so it has to be good. It's always hard to get him to use certain products, but when he grabs for this more than I do, it has to be a good product, right? So this is by Tropez, and this is the Bronzing Water Face Mist. I have talked about this a few times on my channel, and this honestly never disappoints because it has a beautiful mist. It doesn't come out in globs. It covers your entire face so evenly, and it feels very light when you spray it to your skin as well. So it's not a heavy application either. So you can honestly give that nice subtle application to the skin, but of course if you want to be a little bit more darker, then just go a little bit heavier on the sprays. You might want to do a few coats before you call it a night. Now the great thing with this is that you can apply this on top of your skincare, and this is how I like to use it. So I will do my skincare, I will apply my moisturizer, then I will spray this all over my face. But you can also use this on a clean, dry face with nothing on it, and you can also use this on top of your makeup. Now I've personally never done that because I'm always someone that likes to apply this to either clean, dry skin or on top of my skincare. You can honestly apply it however you like, and it still gives you a nice tan even when you apply this on top of your makeup. Now this doesn't last as long as the body, so this is something that you may want to apply every other day or a few times a week just to keep it going. I feel like when you wash your face and you apply all of your products, face self-tanners don't always last the longest, but with this is so easy to use that you could reapply this every single day if you needed to. There is a fragrance to this, so if you do have sensitive skin, you might want to think twice before applying it to your face, but again, I honestly really haven't found a face tanner that doesn't have fragrance. If you know of one, please let us know in the comments below. I would love to try it. All of the face self tanners that I have ever used always contained a fragrance. So please give us some ideas on products that don't have fragrance, because that would help so many people, because there's a lot of us that just can't use it or we prefer not to use it. But this, you guys, is truly amazing. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend. Okay, I forgot to mention, this is also another product that you can use to spray on top of your hands. So if you're someone that doesn't want to take that chance of using a mousse on your hands, or let's say the drops or the cream that I shared in this video, you can use the spray and spray that pretty heavy on your hands. Spray all those areas, and this will give you that nice tanned look as well. It will blend into your wrist and your arm. Anytime I wake up in the morning and let's say I didn't apply enough tanner to my hands still look a little bit light compared to my wrist and my arm, I will grab this and I will spray on top of my hands just to color correct. So this is great to use for those hard to reach areas. It's great to color correct any blotchiness. And then of course, most importantly, it's great to spray on your face as well. So those are all of my favorites when it comes to self tanners. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you found it helpful. And as always, I hope I introduced you to a new product today. Let me know if you've tried any of these self tanners before. What are your favorites and holy grails? I would love to know, so please let us know in the comments below, as I love a good recommendation and I know a lot of you do as well, and it's always nice to see what other people are enjoying. I will also leave all of the self tanners that I shared in this video below for you for your reference. Thank you so much for watching. I always do appreciate it, and of course I will see you all in the next one. Take care, and I will see you guys then. Bye guys.